Welcome to the Wicked Bitter YouTube channel. I'm Travis. Josh T is with me on the couch. We got the nice comfy couch today. We're going to be doing something different in this episode. We're going to be talking about Stranger Things. Everybody loves this show. And we just went hard on season 4. Dude, me and T watched season 4, but we had like one episode left. Like we had the last one to go where you finished it. And Josh kept telling us like, he was like, "You guys gotta watch it."
We were just hanging
Just
in there
you
by
wait.
a thread.
Yeah, just waiting.
Just you wait.
Because we couldn't find a good time to do it. We both get busy with stuff, and then our schedules weren't lining up, all that kind of crap, whatever. But dude, season 4, I don't know. I really like season 4. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but it's
I feel like they've progressively gotten better.
each season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you think too it's because the actors are older now? Like they're not like kids anymore. Well, they're still young, but like
The
when
range
they're
of
like,
acting is still good. I mean, as far as like storyline, twists and turns and things like
I feel
that.
like they got a little more graphic on the fourth season.
Season 4
A lot
was
of
crazy.
Like
right?
season 1, 2, and 3, they had their graphics, like like the Demigorgons or whatever. And
Yeah.
But this one was just like, last seasons you didn't see someone getting risen in the air and every bone in their body is snapping, eyes
dude.
popping
Yeah,
out,
man.
and all that. Like,
I liked it though. And by the way, if you haven't watched season 4 or the complete whole series so far, there's probably going to be spoilers in this episode.
Definitely.
So, yeah, in this video. So just I don't know. Don't watch if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess, or get the spoilers. I don't know how to word it. I don't know.
so
But,
this is your disclaimer.
Yeah.
There will be spoilers.
Yeah, because we got some talking to do. Because there's going to be season 4, part 2, coming out in July, July 1st, I think it is. And then I heard, I don't know if it's for sure or not, but I heard there's going to be like a season 5, and it's supposed to be like a jump, like a time jump. I don't know if it's like,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, I don't know if it's like in the past or the future, but
If they do anything on the season 5, it would probably, I'd hate to say it, but there'll probably be like a whole different cast.
you think so? You think they would waste the whole season on just a new cast?
I mean, yeah, because you said it would be a time jump, right? And I feel like those kids will go off, and then they'll bring in another group, probably in like the 90s or something,
Yeah, I'm thinking it'd be more of like a time in the future, but with the same cast, just to see like how they're doing now or something. I don't know. I just hope they don't ruin it, regardless of what it is.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, the way season 4 ended was sweet though. Freaking Matt was our friend Matt was supposed to join us in this episode, and I think he just got busy or something. But Matt hasn't watched Stranger Things up until
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, but it wasn't even. But it wasn't even like, dude, it was crazy because it was like a few days ago. He blew past all of the seasons so far in the matter of like 3 or 4 days. Like that is the fastest I've ever seen anybody watch an entire series or something.
Especially when season 4 is like an hour and 15
Each
minute
episode,
long
yeah.
episodes.
Especially,
Yeah.
I think, what was it? The one before the last one? We sat down, only thought it was going to be an hour, and it turned out to be
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That was the last episode, I think.
Okay.
Because me and T watched like an hour of it, and we were like, we had somewhere to go. Oh, we were gonna go watch the basketball game.
Oh.
So it's like we had to like pause it, and I hate doing that. I hate stopping like a movie or an episode midway and be like, oh, I can finish it later.
Might as well be a movie.
Dude,
But, yeah.
but am I the only one that's like that though? Because like movies, I think you do it. Like you could watch a movie and you could stop, like pause it or come back to it later.
My
I can't do
movies,
that. I
my
hate that.
shows,
Can't do it.
I hate that.
wherever, all the time, and then I just pick up like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
what was happening.
Or like sometimes she's watching a show here and like she'll leave the show running, but she'll go in other rooms and stuff. Like you want to hit pause or something, you're gonna miss all of this stuff.
That's
I mean,
what
it's a-
rewind is for.
It depends on what you're watching,
I
Like,
guess.
if we're watching reality shows,
That's what it is.
All day.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
you could kind of
Just let it
step
run,
away.
yeah.
Like, oh, like they washed a dish or something. Like, what?
She threw this dish at this chick, man. I don't know. No, but let's get back to Stranger Things though. How are we feeling about the way it ended on season 4?
There was one scene in particular with the Demogorgon at the end, and I think I turned around and looked at you, and you were just like super shocked that it happened with the whole opening up.
Oh, is
Right
it
in
when
the
he
head.
put the dude's head off? Dude, that was pretty sweet though. I was just like, oh shit. Like I was not expecting. I mean, I know they do that, but I just didn't think they would show it like that. It was pretty sweet. But I mean, I don't know. Are we thinking? Are we? I'm gonna say one of my favorite characters on the show is Murray. I love that guy.
Worry.
I think he's hilarious, dude. And I think he's gotten even cooler as the seasons have gone on. And like this past season, dude, like with him and his karate, and then him
Yeah.
and his him and his like Russian accent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
at
was
the
just always laughing at the
beginning-
guards and stuff.
When he was trying to be Enzo, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yuri. I think it
Oh,
was
Yuri.
Yuri,
Yeah, he was trying to be Yuri. And
He was like, I'm Yuri.
yeah. But they almost caught him at that one point. Like, they're all in that room, and he had the real Yuri.
Yeah.
They were just like, something's off about you. He was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
You're just like, they told me that Yuri has like a screw loose, and he's like, you have multiple, and he's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
but no, what I was thinking was like, why didn't they just take the freaking mouth cloth off of the real Russian dude? You know what I mean? Like, to hear him talk, the dude was like yelling the whole time. I was wondering why. I was wondering if that was gonna happen, if they were just gonna take it off of him just to hear him, and he would have been like, oh, you know, he's playing me or whatever. But I don't know, it's for a show, whatever.
Even if he did that, who's to say they would believe him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know, but I like Murray. I think he's hilarious. The whole thing about so when they were escaping the prison in Russia or whatever, wherever they're at, I think they said Alaska, Russia, whatever. Hopper and the other Russian guy, the turncoat guard, the one that was in with him.
Yeah.
Like, am I the only one that's hoping that he kind of like makes it out with him? Like I hope Hopper takes him to the States or something. I don't know.
There was a
Like,
second there where I thought he wasn't going to make it.
The Russian dude? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I hope. But then again, like, we're talking like the 80s here. So like this is like back when like the USA and Russia were like at it with one another. So it's like, and I was telling Tia, I was like, how would they going to keep him quiet or undercover if they take him to the States? Because it's like you got a Russian dude there.
True.
And like, you know, if America finds out they got a Russian dude, just especially an ex-Russian like guard or something.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I don't blame you for thinking like you would want him to be out because like, what did he really do to Hopper? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he just, if anything, he was trying to like, you know, give him guidance of how, you know, what's gonna happen when you do escape or whatever, you know. But like, he didn't really necessarily do anything bad. Oh, sure, like what, he punched him in the face to cover him up, but that's it. Like, you know, he was just, he took him off to the side, told him what was going on. You know, a Russian guard sees him. All right, how do you want it? You know, like, and
I love that.
in the right side or something like that, and he just punched him in the face. Yeah, I don't see why you would think like you wouldn't be wrong. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't mind if he escapes with Hopper or whatever. I mean, he kind of almost saved him in a way. You know,
Yeah.
if he didn't get turned over, you know, if he didn't get told on or whatever, he would have escaped.
Someone snitched.
Because of him.
Them Russian snitches.
It was Yuri who snitched, right?
I think Yuri did.
It was Yuri
Yeah.
who snitched. Enzo was the guard. That's what it was.
Yeah, okay, that's what it
Yeah.
was. I'm kind of all over the place, honestly, because some of the, like, I don't remember a lot of the stuff from the prior seasons. Like, I do, but I can't go.
It's because it takes forever for them to come out.
Well,
you know
because
what
I think
So-
COVID stopped, like, season 4 from coming out or
pushed
something.
it back
And, like, the
some,
kids
yeah.
grew, like, freaking 10 years or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, dude, you see how they look compared to season 1?
Oh yeah.
They're huge now.
they're adults.
Yeah, for real. Like, what's his name? Mike. Like, his face used to be so small and
Yeah.
like you can hold it in your hand.
Yeah.
And now just
Now
his
that-
nose
yeah,
alone.
Now that nose is just.
That schnoz is out there, dude. But his Adam's apple too, man. You see that thing?
Yeah.
That thing's wild.
That
man.
thing sees us.
That thing sees us, dude. Yeah, I don't know. The only person who doesn't look like they've gotten like older is like Dustin Henderson. He just kind of looks the
Yeah.
same. He just whatever. And Steve kind of looks the same too. But,
Sinclair's over there just balling.
dude, Sinclair's cool, man.
At
I
first-
like the flat top he's got.
At first, he was pissing me off.
I like
I
that shit.
don't like that.
At first, Sinclair was pissing me off. I was just
Because
like,
he was
you
like-
want to be a cool kid, whatever.
yeah,
You don't want to go to hellfire. But it's funny because like he, after like, you know, he started to try to help him. He gave him the guys wrong directions and he started going back. I was like, I was just like, yeah. I was like, yeah, you go back. I was mad at him.
I was
mad.
wondering at what point he was going to have to, finally make a decision.
Yeah, you know what I like in the show too is like the new guys, the Eddie and
Yes.
I keep forgetting the stoner guy's name, the pizza guy. But
The one with the super long hair.
yeah, the one that
and
hangs out with John. I
visor.
forgot his name. But those two dudes, man, like they've breathed like new life into the show. I feel like they just added so much. Plus, like the Russian guy, the one that was like taking them on the plane, Yuri, the real Yuri.
I saw something that normally when Stranger Things introduces new characters, they die.
I mean, yeah,
Because Bob died, the guy in the Russian car, the guy who was in the car sipping whatever it was, the scientist
Alexi,
or-
the other
yeah,
Russian guy,
Alexi,
yeah.
he died. You know, like so. I have a feeling, maybe Eddie, in this next part, he might be going.
Yeah, because what is it like? The next episode is like an hour and a half long, and
I think it's 2 hours.
I thought the second
my
episode
gosh.
was no.
I
thought-
thought they were both 2 hours.
Oh damn, I don't know.
That's 2 movies.
I don't want. I don't want this show to end, man. Like I just love this show. It's awesome. I'm like hooked on it. You know what I mean? Especially last season, it was just so easy. Like, And Vecna's funny looking, but it's funny that we have Vecna now when the other episodes were just like crazy, like the Freyr, like in the sky,
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like things that didn't have like a conscience or like a personality or didn't
It
talk or
wasn't
whatever.
very like concrete.
Yeah,
but
like
this is more like
it's like the kids had to figure it out, but like now it's like Vecna actually talks and he's like,
all up in everybody's mind.
Which I find it. So me and T were trying to think about it the other day, like the whole Vecna targeting just like teenagers or something. Sort of like what Dustin said in the last episode. He's like, we don't know his motive. Like, why is he just going after teenagers? You know what I mean? It's like teenagers with like traumatic pasts or whatever. But like, but I mean that could be a lot of teenagers.
mental weaknesses.
A lot of kids. I don't know.
But you've seen the rumor, right, about the therapist?
Oh, I saw something. I don't think you have.
Because
Have you?
apparently
I
she
have
was
not.
wearing, like, because there was like rumors where like people see that she's wearing like a grandfather clock necklace.
Oh.
And the grandfather clock's a big thing about Vecna, and people go to the therapist to tell them about their problems and what happened, and so maybe
What is she, like a pawn or something?
maybe
Or-
I don't know. Vecna's probably going off of her notes.
Yeah, but my thing is like, so Victor Creel is in here somewhere, but that guy number one in the lab, right? He is Vecna, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
11.
he
sent
was
him
the
out.
son of Victor Creel.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, so it's like he came back to what? He came back to torture his family, basically, or I'm like confused with something.
He already did that.
Yeah, he already did that.
He did that in the house.
But he's using that trauma from when he was a kid as to why he's targeting kids with trauma. Is that what it is?
But he
maybe?
also talked about how the world was changing and every generation that comes along after another is just, for lack of a better term, watered down. So maybe that's why he's targeting the kids.
Because he
instead
wants to
of
reshape the
adults.
world.
Yeah.
And he definitely he waited a while to do it, right? They said it took him until 30 years or something like that for him to come back.
Do you think that's because like he see my thing is when I saw that too, I was like maybe he waited that long because he's trying to get stronger because he knows he can't beat 11 because 11 is obviously stronger than him. That's the reason why she sent him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like because before 11, 1 was like the strongest one. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
And the only one to defeat 1
Yeah.
at the time was 11.
and I think he had that thing in his neck to
hold his powers.
Yeah,
and
that's what,
everything.
that's what he was saying, like to suppress it a little bit.
That's what that
because
one scene.
Because that's what he told 11, that it suppressed. What am I trying to say? It was like a tracker.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a tracker.
I think, yeah.
It was to hold him down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then she was just like, I help you. You help me. I help you.
Oh
She took it out. Game over.
But dude,
There
that
was
face,
that
that,
one
look he made.
I was like, oh, the crazy's coming
Yeah.
out.
Once the piece came out and he picked it up, he had that look.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, whoa. Let's
See, like,
do something.
It's cool because I found out it was 1, right? I was like, oh shoot, that's 1. And then like eventually as the scenes started coming, before they even announced it, I was just like, wait. I was like, I think it was Christy. She was like, wait, is Vecna 1? I was like, oh shit. And like I just started coming back, and
Yeah, dude.
Then they announced, and then you saw the 1 thing on Vecna and all that. I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense now.
It's still wild though. I think it's cool how they tied it all in. I'm trying to think back though to the other seasons. Did we ever see 1 like in any of the shots? I can't remember. I can't remember seeing him.
I don't remember seeing him. I remember when they introduced, who was it? Was it 7? That was like her sister.
Her sister, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think 1 was ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel because 11 asked about where's 1, and the answer was like he was like they said he vanished or something like that.
Yeah.
But I guess not. He was just working for the scientist the whole time.
So all these other kids that are in that lab, are those kids that Papa like? I don't know, because you remember. So like
He was saying that they kind of like replicated him.
That's
or
what I'm trying to ask,
replicate
because
him.
number 1 was an actual kid living in a person's, a regular family or whatever. But when the dad got taken away and the rest of his family was murdered, I guess that he got sent to like Papa's lab or whatever, or Papa's medical care or whatever. And then like,
medical
yeah,
care.
whatever it is. And then like he has 1, but like all the other kids, are they like the same thing? Or do you think they are like lab created? Like they
Probably lab
I
created.
think they're
Think
lab
so?
created, yeah.
Because you saw that one scene of like them, whoever it was, it might have been 11, where she got taken away from her mom like right after birth, and then went right into the lab. So
she gave birth to her in the lab.
I don't think it was in
I
the
thought it was
lab.
a hospital.
Yeah, it was probably a
Because
hospital.
where are all these other kids coming from then? Why is it just 11?
Same thing.
All these other kids
No,
are
but like,
popping
why
up.
is it
Where are
just
they
11
coming
and
from?
1? Why is he just taking random kids? Is what I'm saying, from random hospitals. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking, like maybe they're
Maybe that's what makes 11 special, is because she wasn't lab created and he actually just grabbed her from somewhere.
I don't know. I still think there's something tied in there. I think
There might be some things that are not explained.
that we don't know yet, right?
Yeah.
Because
Some things we may never know.
why is 11 stronger than all the others? You know what I mean? If she wasn't lab created, how could she just be born from a regular person, a normal person, and have that kind of power?
Radiation.
Maybe it's the 80s. I don't know.
Fallout.
I kind of wish I was around in the 80s, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think 80s were a cool time.
You like corduroy pants?
At that time, I probably would have. I probably would have had a cool style back in the 80s. I feel like, I don't know, like the 70s and 80s. I think would have been a sweet time. But just like think about it. Like this is kind of getting off topic a little bit. But like back in the 80s, like obviously there was nothing around like cell phones, and like sometimes I'll think to myself, I'm like, dude, I can't believe we were kind of around when like there were no cell phones or internet and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm a 90s kid. We had like video games, like the early stuff,
You
like
had dial up.
I dial up AOL, man. Like
You know what else gets me though?
that was awesome at the time.
Yeah.
We're like, this can't get any better.
You know what else gets me is that, like, say, all right, I was just thinking about the other day, delivery drivers, like, did they had to look at maps and everything before they left like the store
with
or
no
something
GPS?
like that? There's no
I cannot
GPS.
read a map. I'm still not good at directions.
That's what I'm saying. Like, say, like, all right, say you're working at a pizza joint and they go, all right, we have a delivery at this address, and there's like a big ass map right there on the wall.
You are
Yeah,
here.
and then we gotta go. Okay, so I gotta go there. I gotta turn right on like East Boulevard, and like it's like that's crazy how like you have
Crazy
to
think
remember
about.
that.
But we lived like that. That's crazy. That's crazy to think that people lived like when people took like road trips, or like when they were moving from state to state. We have a cousin that has moved, like literally drove from up north to down to like Florida on his move, and he didn't have GPS. He just used a map. Like that's crazy. I know it's kind of a straight shot. You're just going straight down, but like still, to
Follow
like
this highway.
yeah, never leave this highway.
When you come to the fork in the road.
Yeah, but that's just crazy. People lived like that, man. Like I remember when pagers were around. Like that was like the big thing. Like this is the ultimate form of communication, like a pager, and then it became like a cell phone, and then a cell phone. It didn't start out being how it is now. Like it wasn't a smartphone. It was literally just phone calls. Like the very shitty like text messages that you have to hit the number.
You would have to pay.
times.
You would have to pay for like each text message.
Yeah, every single
How about,
one,
oh
man.
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. How about the ones that had the cord though in the car? What is that?
My parents never had one of those that I can know.
We
that I
never
know
had
of.
one either, but
No, but I've seen those, and I'm like, I thought that was kind of.
how does that work?
How does it work? What is it connected to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess satellite, right? Like if the radio would be, like the phone, I guess could be.
I guess.
But still, it's still crazy to think about.
I mean, if Dustin Henderson can create a super walkie like that, man, apparently
Hey,
a phone in
I
a
got
car
an
would
issue
work.
with. I got an issue with that.
Can
thing,
we
man.
talk about his girlfriend?
Yeah. What's her name again?
Susie.
Susie.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
Dude, she's funny, man. That house that she's in with all those
Yeah.
kids in there.
I didn't know what to expect. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I don't know. It's weird that the walkie can work like in the upside down kind of thing, or kind of it can't. They can hear them in certain spots.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about. Okay, I want to talk about how. Remember when they ripped the hole in like the ceiling of the trailer of Eddie's?
That nasty thing.
Yeah, and like
Ugh.
they were crawling, they were climbing up just to be dropped from the ceiling on the other side, right? So when Nancy went through, I wonder why it was just her that, like when she went up to drop down into the trailer, that and she
went
ended up
into-
dropping into Vecna's like little
Nest.
Playground.
whatever it was.
Whatever.
Before, when they were going through, we're like, oh, somebody's not going to make it in time, or they're going to make it, and then they're going to have to rush.
I thought it was gonna be
because he's going to
Steve.
be after them.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out who's going to be left behind, and then she just monkey wrench.
Yeah, because we were like, this is
Yeah.
too good to be true.
Yo,
Each
speaking-
want to go one by one.
Speaking of Steve, man, I thought he was a goner.
I
Remember
did
that?
too. Yeah.
When he was just him and like
the-
those bats were
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
and
yeah.
choking him and
Yeah.
stabbing him. I was like, man, not
How did he survive
That's
that?
the whole time. Yeah, no, he lost a lot of blood and
Dude.
stuff. I mean,
Did you
yeah,
not see how she tied him up? That was perfect, life saving.
Yeah, but like, I just honestly thought I was just like, yeah, man. I was like, the whole time I was like, no, not Steve. You know, like not Steve. Him and Nance are getting something going again.
Yeah.
And
Do you want that to happen? By the way,
yeah,
yeah. You don't like John and Nancy?
John this season.
What is John doing this season? That dude's just chilling.
John
man.
this
He's not doing
season,
anything.
it was the whole time he was just smoking, and
Yeah.
until one time, like, oh, it takes like a whole bunch of people with guns to break into your house to be like, okay, let's start doing something. I mean,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of John to begin with, to be honest.
Like from the start.
Yeah,
like
from the
other
start.
episodes. I've always liked Steve. I thought John was cool, but
Steve started out as a jerk,
yeah.
but then he became like part of them, and that's what made me like him better, I guess.
You know, I just found out the other day is that Robin, the girl who plays Robin, is actually Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter. That's pretty wild, right? Like,
I can see it.
Do you
but
remember
then I saw the picture and I was like, damn, she looks exactly like him.
You remember during the episode when she's just like, oh, like I'm not a good runner, like I'm uncoordinated, and then you see her running, it's like her hands so structured. I was just like, wow,
It's almost like
it's either she really runs like that or she
Or
played that part. Like that was really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I like all the characters. They add their own like thing, man. I love it. It's pretty cool to see. Yeah, I just I don't know why the Vecna chose Nancy. Is it because maybe she's trying to like she met with his dad maybe and she's trying to expose that?
I mean,
side of it
she
or
came
something?
she came the closest to finding out. You know what I mean? She went and interviewed the guy in the psych ward, Victor Creel.
Yeah.
She went to go. You know, she's really investigating into him. So I guess why not choose Nance out of all of them? You know?
Do we
Yeah.
think her little coworker is going to come back eventually? The one that got snatched up behind
no.
the.
He's dead and gone.
Yeah.
He's
no,
gone.
No, I wonder. Well, no, I guess not. If they beat if like they kill Vecna or whatever, I guess the kids don't come back, right? They're all just straight up dead.
So it's just a lost cause.
That's got to be what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, they're done.
But
Dunzo.
I kind of was interested in the kid. What's his name? Sam, the one that was in the car with her, with the glasses, the dude.
Yeah.
Yes, his backstory.
Yeah, I was
right?
kind of interested to learn more about it. I thought that's what
Yeah.
was going to happen this show. I thought we were going to get into it because like I was not expecting that. And then when they got pulled over, when they got stopped by that cop, and like that cop said saying, "Hey, I know you." Like obviously
Yeah.
it's what he was seeing, whatever. But
He's like, you're a murderer.
yeah, I was like, "Damn, what is going on?" This
face-
this
his
poor
face-
kid's just trying to get through.
His face opened up and just started like.
Yeah, bleeding? Like, what are you doing to this boy? Just let them through. Yeah, it's
Oh gosh.
yeah, I don't know. There was more things to dive into. I saw a clip. Somebody like was like, "Oh man, you guys hear this?" And it was like Billy back in like season, was it 3? Billy was in. Yeah. Billy was at the beach because he was like the lifeguard or whatever, or not the beach, the pool because he was like the lifeguard. And like that's when he started to feel like the whole getting taken over or whatever.
That's when he was getting his flirt on.
Yeah. Trying to have affairs with like MILFs and shit like that. No, like he was walking over to something to the showers or whatever, and like someone like played the clip, and it's like when he bumped into somebody, and like he kind of rung his bell, he was just like, "Oh shit," and like you could hear the clock in the background like that we hear in this year, and they're like, "It's always been there, we've never even heard it or whatever." But it's like, how far back does this go? Well, you said 30 years, but like that Vecna waited or whatever, but like.
But like, the whole time Vecna waited, I mean, one was always there, like in that place where the scientist is. So it's like, I don't know. I don't
Why
know what.
now?
Yeah, why now? Like, why was one just over there training all these kids or whatever, just treating them? And
Just to kill him.
Basically, yeah. Well, because he got that.
I mean, yeah,
chip
he
out.
couldn't kill him anyway.
Yeah, he got that chip
yeah.
out, so
Tell
he's
me
like
how you
he's
really
free
feel.
now. Yeah.
Ugh.
But you know, this is another thing I just thought of just right now. Like, why isn't anybody really talking about the whole D&D game that they play? Because like, how relatable is the game to what they're going through? How are they able to figure it all out because of the game?
It's almost like Jumanji, isn't it? Like,
Kind of in a way.
Yeah.
like
in a way.
they set up, because I don't know, because if you know anything about D&D, the whoever, which is creepy, but like when you play D&D, there's usually one person who like is a moderator, you know what I mean? Someone
who reads the stuff.
no,
They
yeah, but
showed
they
part of
create
that, yeah.
they create the story. That's what I'm saying. The person they don't bring that story from someone. They put it in their minds and put it into that.
Oh, I see.
So what, like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Like, did they just predict? Maybe they're going off based off of stuff that they've seen or heard. Because Eddie was the one who was telling the story.
He was.
That's true.
He was.
Yeah. But before him, even when the guys played together, it was like
Like when they were
just
younger.
Mike and Dustin and them were
Yeah.
reading it, whatever. But how come like everything that happens in that game happens in like their life, like the whole Freyr thing? They found out about the Freyr, the whole Vecna thing. Are they just calling it Vecna's curse because in the game, Dungeons and Dragons is called Vecna's curse? Like,
That
number
was the closest like
yeah,
relatable.
like
thing
number
that
one,
they,
his name is not even Vecna. I wouldn't think. So it's like, but they keep referring to him as Vecna because that's his equivalent to the game of Dungeons and Dragons or whatever.
But
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying is that's weird how in Dungeons and Dragons, whoever creates this story, it's not like it's like, this is a Dungeons and Dragons games, that's the story. It's like
it's originating from
they-
one of them.
they come up
person,
with
yeah.
their own story.
Yeah.
So I'm saying is like, how do they just like know that about Vecna's curse and very accurately describe how Vecna gets rid of his enemies and everything. You know what I mean? It's just
Even those parts are.
yeah. They're everything that D&D does.
So D&D
it's somebody who say somebody who's like, oh, you want to do a D&D today. Whoever usually invites you to a D&D is something
Becomes a
that they
moderator.
it's something that they came up with and told the story for, and that's why like the dice comes into play or something like that.
So they come up with the dragons or monsters' names, and they come up with their abilities and their motives. They come up with all of that stuff.
That's why when you saw Eddie when he was telling the story, he has those like books kind of covering while he's telling it. It's because like that he's covering what he wrote, and like he knows like all the weaknesses like to the monsters and everything,
And they're the
rules,
ones that have to make the decision.
the
while they're
rules and
playing the
everything. He
game.
comes up with the rules. Like say if you roll like a 20 or something like that, that does this damage on this monster.
Well, these kids need to stop playing that game.
For real, man.
Did apparently, because in the show they're talking about how that game is like a real life thing where it's like possessed and like it's taking over kids' minds and possessing kids and Satan's coming out and all that kind of stuff. It's like I think that's just the way the world would work today, like with media and stuff like that. I remember like back in like late 90s, early 2000s, like with like rap music and metal music and stuff like that. Like they tried saying that because of that music is the reason why kids are like flipping out and killing people at school and all that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna tell you that's not the reason.
I was thinking,
I know that, but I'm saying that's like relatable to what they're saying back in like the 80s or in the show. Like they're blaming something that's not even the real cause of it to put the blame on people doing what they're doing. That's like when people listen to Eminem and like the media. I remember like the media
he did
was
this
just,
because he listened to this song.
yeah,
and he went out.
yeah,
and did
that
this.
kid likes Eminem. Oh, we know what that means. He likes Eminem. That means why he did this. That's like the way media has always been worked. So I can understand that back in the 80s. But is it true though? Like, is the media just saying that because that's what they do, or is it like the actual reality of it? Is that D&D back then in the show, everything that's happening in the game is happening in real life? It's weird.
That is weird.
I don't know.
What I want to know is how like say what I did say. I'm pretty sure I'm like 98% sure it's true that Eddie came up with that whole thing. I mean, is Eddie part of this thing?
Maybe he's been playing D&D with another group of people in Hellfire before they were even a part of it, and that's what kind of sparked the story.
I don't know. It's weird to think about. I want to know why is it all happening in Justin Hawkins? I mean, is it just because of number one?
I mean, I feel yeah. I mean, Hawkins is cursed apparently. I don't know for the reason why.
Because of number one, I guess.
But isn't the Upside Down only in Hawkins?
That's what I was wondering too. What is the Upside Down? Yeah, it is like it's like the flipped reverse or whatever version of Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a replica of Hawkins.
So where is Vecna? He's not in the Upside Down, is he?
I feel like he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when 11 sent number one through the wall, and he ended up falling through all of this crap or whatever, and like his skin started to peel off and burn off and turn into Vecna, she sent him into the Upside Down.
Yeah.
They said
So,
she tore a hole in the.
This is what I was asking.
She's the one that can open those
Gates.
Gates.
Yeah.
But how does she know where that place is?
Maybe she doesn't know where she sent him, and she was just so like angry and irate, and she just wanted to send him somewhere, but didn't know exactly where it was.
And she sort of just stumbled upon, like she accidentally created this whole Upside Down to send him in.
Maybe
accidentally because she was so angry.
Maybe she didn't even create it. Maybe she was just the
saying,
catalyst.
Maybe-
that kind of.
But I'm saying somewhere had to create it.
I mean, maybe she did create it, but she had no intention of creating it.
Yeah, that's what like we're saying. Like maybe
Because
she's
like
so
maybe
angry.
she's so angry that she just wants to like
put him somewhere.
yeah
Get
but-
out of
like,
here,
yeah.
dude.
but,
Fucking
like
leave.
accidentally creating the thing that's haunting Hawkins.
Yeah, and like she can control closing all the gates and stuff like that.
Which I want to say, I think that eventually that's going to happen in this next part. I want to say that like 11, it'll probably go on like a rampage. You know what I mean?
Killing people?
Like she wants to like she'll turn on her friends. She'll turn on Dustin.
thinking that.
She'll turn on like Lucas.
gonna go heal?
Yeah. But I feel like she's gonna do that until like she's just like gonna snap out of it and be like, oh well, like what am I doing? Maybe I need to help these people, and like it'll just like she'll flop.
They're gonna
So,
play music.
I was thinking that she was going to
They're
do
gonna
that before.
Her favorite song. What would be Elle's
Put it
favorite
on the
song?
boombox. When he wanted her, when one wanted 11 to come with him, And I thought she was actually going to go with him, and then there was going to be this whole other thing in another season where she was going to have to like realize that she needed to come back and help her friends.
Yeah,
because they haven't.
When she was just like, no, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
well, there's that.
Come
Bye.
with me. After that whole elaborate explanation of like what you should do, what you should do, she was just like, nah. See you later. But
Through the wall you go, buddy.
yeah. But like, yeah, that's like I was so mad how it ended because I was just like, man, I want to see them face Vecna. You know what I mean? But I feel like since when they do confront Vecna and 11 confronts Vecna, I feel like somehow Vecna is gonna try to like switch her mind. You know what I mean? And like kind of make her turn on the other people.
I kept saying the whole time, we need a Walkman, we need backup batteries. Like, I feel like there's going to come a point in time where it's just like batteries are dead.
Just bring like a whole
Keep
bunch
your
of double
favorite
A's.
songs with you. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see them go up against one another. I think this is why like it has taken him that long. It's because he's trying to get more powerful to beat Elle or make or force her to join his side. Like you said, take over her mind or something. I don't know. But it's crazy that they're making her go through all these back memories because like Papa's trying to get her to be that strong again. You know what I mean? Channel it and all that kind of stuff.
Because he knows that she's the only one that could stop this.
It's nuts, man.
I want to ask you guys this question. I think I asked you guys before. Say you were under Vecna's curse.
I don't know what's happening. What's happening?
Say you're under Vecna's curse, right?
Yeah.
What song would make you get out of Vecna's trance?
I know this is where it's going, and I don't have a song, man. Like I keep thinking of all
Any
these
song that would that makes you feel good or bring back any good memories. No, none of that. You
There's
don't.
so
You don't have a
many
song that would
songs.
bring back
Can I
memories.
say
Running up
I
the
will-
hill.
I will bop to any song. So
You know what? You know what's a
There's not one song that like when you hear it, you're like, oh, I remember when I listened to this song at this time or something like
you know one of okay. I don't know if it's this one, but this is one of the ones that first just popped in my head right now. "Island in the Sun" from Weezer. I don't know.
That's-
I don't know. It's so I've always
that's
I've
legit,
always loved
yeah.
that song, dude. Like it's just and that song was out like I was like in middle school. That's years ago.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. I don't know. You got anything at all? Like any song that comes to your head that you can remember that it's a throwback, and every time you hear it, you're just like, man, you start thinking of good times.
that Blue song, what is it, Blue Man Group or something? Blue and then.
Oh, that really?
Oh yeah.
That would be your song?
Yeah. Well, my sister and I had the CD and we just listened to it.
Oh
all the
my
time.
God.
You know,
Okay.
I really thought about this though, because the song I would is I forgot what that song's called though. It was "Someday when my life has passed me
Oh,
by,
yeah.
I look around
and wonder why." Yeah, that song that would bring me out.
What song is that?
I want to say
We're all thinking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I mean, but like that's the song. I mean, we'd be screwed if it happened now because you guys don't know the name of the song
Yeah,
or anything. But
I'll just start singing it.
someday, like, yelling in my
You
ear.
ask Siri and be like, "Hey Siri, what's that song that goes like a?"
But that song always brings back memories of me. Like when we went in the summer, we'd just go like for some reason that song would come on and we'll go play baseball at like Brookline or whatever. You know what I mean?
Man.
That's like that's
I remember
the.
Thinking about it now.
I wish I remember the name of that song or who sang it. I know
It's not
exactly.
Sugar Ray, is it? No?
Yeah.
Hey,
Is it called Fade Away or I don't know.
it should be like Someday.
If anyone
I
knows,
think it is something.
Is it?
please confirm for
Yeah,
us
yeah.
because
if you're watching this on YouTube and you
Save
know
me
the
I don't
song,
know.
Vecna's curse,
Please.
because these two won't.
this dude is dying right
please
now.
save Josh.
He's about to rise up and his bones are about to crack and he's about to die. Please give us that song. Yeah, and if you're listening on Spotify, just message us on social media or something. I don't know. Let's wrap up though. I mean, that was. I can't wait for the next season. So, July 1st. What are we at right now? 10 or 11? 12 maybe? I can't. I don't know.
it's 12.
Dude, I don't know the days, man. They all just kind of.
I think it is. Yeah, it's June 12th.
We'll be
12th. Okay.
patiently waiting.
So we got like 2 or 3. We got like 3 weeks.
And we also got to do another review after the.
Yes,
Second
after
part.
after part 2, yeah, we definitely can. And I think after part 2, we'll know for sure if there is going to be a season 5. I hope. I hope it's just, dude. I
mean, you may not know.
What if
Hey,
it's
I
just
don't
a
know.
like if
cliffhanger
like
and
if
you're
it's
just like,
like if it's something I said, what would happen that they bring in another group? You never know.
I don't know
they
if I would want to watch that though.
I would-
this.
I would
think
watch it.
that- I was
Yeah.
gonna say I would watch it too because I feel like a lot of times when they introduce new characters, even if it's like a clean sweep, you get reattached to them in the story.
Yeah, because if it's new characters but same plot, you know what I mean? Like same kind of thing that's happening to them, I'd still get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see these people go through it. You know, show
Yeah.
some
Yeah, yeah.
regret.
Is that guy's name Bill?
Yeah.
Bill's going through this?
Bill Nye.
Ike. Yeah.
Ike.
Yeah, I can't wait for part 2. I just hope whatever they do, however they choose to end the season or series, I should say.
They don't mess it
I
up.
hope they don't screw it up. There's too many shows now out there where you get invested into a show and then they completely ruin it for you.
Game of Thrones.
I didn't watch, but I heard a lot of people mad about it. Like
Let me ask you
I
this.
wasn't crazy about Breaking Bad's ending.
What if it ended when Vecna kills everyone?
Boom, there it is.
No, but I'm saying.
Goodbye,
like,
everybody.
No loose ends.
That would be
I think-
season
I think-
5.
I think a lot of people would be mad.
That would be season
Why?
5. Season
Because
5.
a whole new group will. Oh, I thought you were saying. Why would they be mad? Because people love these characters. Nobody likes to see. Okay, so if anybody watched Ozark,
Yeah. Oh, God.
I mean, spoilers right now on Ozark. I don't know if you've watched it, but in the end, you care if I say it?
I don't care.
Okay,
Wait,
so
wait,
in the
wait,
end,
wait. No, don't
in the
say
end,
it.
in the
Don't
end,
say
they
it.
killed one of the characters that a
One
lot
of
of
the
people
main
loved.
characters,
A
yeah.
lot of people love that character,
Yeah.
and I was kind of bummed out about it. But then, like the directors and whatever the writers, the creator of the show was just like, I mean, in reality, we would love to see this character survive, but
Everybody can't
if we're
have a
basing
happy
it off
ending.
how actual life would work, this person would be dead. So that's why we chose to go that route.
There you
There's a
have
lot
it,
of-
people.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of good shows though, like Umbrella Academy is another one. If you've never seen it,
I started to.
if you've
Yeah.
never seen it, that's a really good show.
They're coming out with a new season.
Yeah, they're coming out with a new season. I can't wait.
So much to watch.
Should we just
Oh
like
my
watch
God.
shows and review them
So
on
much to
YouTube?
watch.
Hey, you better catch up on Umbrella Academy.
Can we
then.
talk about The Boys?
The
The
Boys,
Boys are
you haven't
coming out
watched The
with a new
Boys, have you?
season.
I haven't seen The
On
Boys.
Amazon?
Oh, you'll love it.
Check
No.
that one out. That one's awesome. The new season just came out. I want to watch it. Yeah,
Boys.
maybe we can start doing reviews on shows and stuff. That'd be cool.
If there are any shows that we didn't mention that you guys think we should watch,
Yeah.
let us know.
For real. Yeah, I don't want to watch just any kind of show though. It's
To an
gotta be-
extent.
It's got to be something. Yeah,
It's gotta be good.
It's got to be good. You know, I'm trying to watch anything here. Although I did just try to start that new series of Pokemon on Netflix. My range kind of goes all over the place. I don't know. It's weird. Me and Josh started like the first episode.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it looks like it's like Netflix's version of like the origin of Pokemon, but they're like they're following the same stuff.
It's like how Pokemon Indigo League first started, but they have the new Pokemon in there.
Yeah, but
That's
with the
what-
same baseline, the base of the story is the same.
Like a fusion.
Professor,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Fusion
Professor
of
Oak
it.
is still in there, and like Ash, and I mean Ash of course is gonna be in there, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna meet Misty and Brock and everything like that. It's pretty cool.
It's this whole thing.
Yeah,
That's
we got to watch more of it. All right, so let's get out of here, man. Any last final words of this this series wrap or season wrap or review or whatever?
I mean, just in general, there's so much to watch, but they're all so good.
Yeah, we got to get on it. Josh, you got anything?
Turn around.
Tell me what
you
see. Okay,
Such a good show.
I love that. Talk to me. It's only in your dream. All right. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share it.
That notification
Give
bell.
us a follow, man.
And tell us what you think.
Tell us what you think about the series.
Yeah.
What the season? If you think there's gonna be a season 5, what do you think it's gonna be? If they're gonna jump back in time or ahead in time, and who's gonna be in it? New cast, like Josh said. What do you think? And yeah, let us know what you think is gonna happen in part 2. Until then, Josh, Travis, and T. We'll see you guys on the next episode.